What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Birthright coverage here. We're moving our way through the Bloodline abilities and getting towards the latter half here, or well into the latter half, and definitely the end is in sight there. So we are going to take a look at a fun one today. Pretty simple. Protection from evil. This is a major one, and as you might expect, everyone gets access to this except for Azrai because, well, that derivation would be evil. So let's dig in. A scion with this power is warded by a 10-foot aura of protection equal to that surrounding a paladin. Evil creatures suffer a -1 penalty to their attacks against the character and cannot charm, magic jar, or dominate the scion unless they actually agree to it. Paladins who gain this ability radiate it up to a 15-foot radius, so a little bit greater. So it's pretty simple stuff here, right? Similar somewhat to like protection from evil in other like magical devices or spells and stuff like that. But this is just, for anyone really to have that sort of aura of, again, having a little bit of protection from evil. It's not overpowered by any means. Again, it's just a -1 to their attack as we come back to that here. But, for not having to have any limitations on it, it's not like a once per day thing. It's just this aura that is around you and sort of having a built-in -1 to enemies hitting you, evil enemies. That is a nice little buff to have, right? In absence of heavy armor or things like that, it's just a nice little bit of making it more difficult to be hit or affected by certain things. But obviously is nice as well when you do have a character who's maybe more of a tank or something like that, and then it's also harder for enemies to hit them. So pretty fun one to pick up, and it's not necessarily as strong in some senses as some of the other abilities we've seen as far as just in game or in adventure settings or even as a ruler, but it's just a nice subtle little bit of protection, as are some of these other abilities here. So, but again, it only exists in this major form. It would have been nice to see maybe a variation on that where you have like minor, major, and great versions of it with staggered levels of protection versus evil. And that's something that you could house rule too. Maybe saying it's a minor ability is -1, major is -2, and maybe great somehow -3. But again, that's up to individual people if they want to look at, again, house ruling some of the things in the game here. But a fun one nonetheless. Let us know, guys, if you've had protection from evil on your characters or regions and how that's worked, and if it's any memorable moments where it did make a difference. Drop a comment for that. Like, subscribe. We'll have more Birthright for you soon. Take care.